CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens Movement for Change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity. CMC core values. CMC Global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's hold together. Let's hold together. It's a unity. Raise up your hands. CMC. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, yes, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, yes, for the people. CMC, yes, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come.
CMC for the people. Yes, yes, the time has come. It is so good to be here. Welcome to the Political Lounge. My name is Grace Goa, and I'm happy to be here today. Ansu is in the studio on True FM in Liberia, and today is another edition of the Political Lounge. On this launch, we come here to talk about social issues, political issues, moral issues in our country and in our surroundings, our society. And also, we come to push CMC agenda, Citizens Movement for Change agenda, to the people, Liberian people of the world, telling you that 24 years straight, we have been trusting two different parties within our country. They have not done nothing to empower the people as far as infrastructure, nothing to show. So we have a third lane. This third lane is CMC. So we said, come and join us so we can put our voices together and our creation, our creativity together, our work together, and that we will move Liberia forward come 2029. Our political leader is the Honorable Mayor, Musa Hassan Belete. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Share the show you on. We are on Facebook on Dr. Francine Richardson page. She's going to be here. We also on the Citizens Movement for Change page. We are broadcasting on YouTube. We are also broadcasting on the radio in Liberia, True FM, where everywhere True FM is heard. We are on there, including Nima. So, Hansu, one other man said he wanted to carry us on in Sando. I think you got that information. You need to look into that so we can be broadcasting in Sando soon, okay? I don't know whether you look into that, but you need to look into that. But it's good to be here. You want to share the show, make your comments. Today is Tuesday, July 8th. Tuesday, July 8th. Just imagine we're already in July 2025. Ask yourself in Liberia, ask yourself here as a Liberian in a diaspora society, what have you accomplished since January to now? What have Liberia accomplished in your harbor that you've seen since this year, January to July? Show us one thing or other things that the government has done to improve the lives of the people. Show us it. Except we see it, but we didn't see it yet. Well, Ansu, you can come in, my brother. Ansu?
Yeah, I'm getting you, man. I'll get to a feedback. So, wow, working on. Yeah, I had another. Oh, are you getting me now?
Yes, I'm getting you very loud and clear.
Okay, yeah. So, I had another monitor on, so I was trying to mute it before. Joining you, but good. Thank you, Madam Grace. Good to be here. As you said, welcome again, our people. Welcome to the Political Lounge here on Truth FM 96.1, and also on the Political Lounge official Facebook page, the CMC page, and other online platforms carrying this show live. So we'd like to say that good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night. You know exactly where you are monitoring us. So we say again, welcome. Today in Liberia. It is Tuesday, mark the 8th day in the month of July, and yes, 2025. Good to be here with the panelists, Madam Grace and Dr. Richardson.
Yeah, but that the Richardson is not here yet. She'll be coming on. So if you want, share the show for us so more people can come on. It's always good to be here. We would like to welcome some people on the platform. We'd like to welcome Honorable Chokon Modet, my soon to be party CMC. Welcome, Chokon. You are very welcome to join us anytime we're ready. We are here. We need people to carry on the work. This political party, people will come, a lot of people will come. We are still pushing forward. And we are ready to do what we're supposed to do for the Liberian people. So come and join us, so we can carry on the work. Because if we continue to sit down and not do what we're supposed to do as citizens of the country or as Liberian people, our country will go down the drain. One set of people will continue to destroy the nation. Liberia is a very rich nation. We have a lot of resources in research. Other people are research that say nobody in Liberia should be even poor. Everything should really be really going on well because of the kind of soil that we even have. But our leaders have not seen it because we are not putting the right leadership in to really tap into those things to help to manage the lives of the people, for them to be able to enjoy the blessings of the land that God has given them. There was a reason why we all were born in that country. God separated people according to the kind, according to how he wanted us to identify as, and according to who he wanted us to be. If only we could tap into our benefits of the country that we came from, we will all be happy, and Liberia will be a better place. It's not going to be so much roses, but at least people will not be suffering the way people are suffering. So then we'll talk about the emergency response and things going on in the country, the rain, the way people are suffering. People are beginning to die from this rain. We are hearing news that, people, the flood is taking over people's homes. It's not supposed to be that way. Did they prepare? Where were the preparedness for this, knowing that the country is raining, it's on the west coast of Africa? Where is the preparedness that the government have prepared for the people that these kind of things will not happen? Disaster happen in other nations, yes, they happen, but the people prepare themselves, so most lives are safe. Where is the preparedness of our country when it comes to emergency disaster response? We want to talk about that today. We'll also be talking about Musa Hassan Belete, his letter from Saka PA. He's also did a statement on his Facebook page, and he went to session today. He was ready and up and ready and moving in session. Our political leader look very, very presidential at this point in time, and we are pushing. Hopefully, when we get to the primaries, he might probably win the standard bearer position. I don't know if other people come in, but we're looking at him because he's ready laying the case of CMC in Liberia. Because he is there, so he is putting down the case for CMC. Now we have Honorable Mervyn Court join us as well, and we are waiting on him to also lay the case for CMC. So we having people come on our side that are in Liberia. We are here in the diaspora in the great United States of America, and we are here laying the case every night. We come here for CMC. So let's do the work together. So we welcome you on board. Tag, we want to welcome you. Thank you for coming on the platform. Before I welcome the rest of the people, I would like to welcome you, and then you can give your open statement.
Well, I just want to say thank you to everyone who is with us, listening to us. Thank you to you, Ansu, for being in the studio. It's been a busy day for me, but I'll always make time for CMC and for Liberia. As you probably know, Madam Gua, I often share, we share not only professional things, but personal things as well. When I came to the United States at a very young age as a teenager, and I lived with two American pastors at the time. One was pastor and one was not. I just sent a picture to you, uh, Gracie. So they don't get to spend Christmas with us, and Christmas is the time in the United States where we get to share not just physical presence, but also emotional, and you get to spend time with your family. And so this year, when you called me, Gracie, to tell me the show was starting, we're in the middle of exchanging gifts because we do Christmas in July. That's what my mother would like to call it. And I actually, oh my goodness, I'm going to show this to you. She always thinks about Liberia. She was in Liberia with me, and she's constantly thinking of Liberia. So she knows whatever I'm involved I'm involved with CMC. She made uh, this baggage holder for us to provide to people who come to our program as a charity gift in exchange for a donation. I'll bring that so you guys can see. And she has made earrings.
But Dagi did a show on the show here what she made for CMC.
Actually, can you guys? I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah, go and get it. We will be here. Go and get it.
Let me go get it.
That is so beautiful. Dr. Francine, her mother, her not her biological mother, but she had a adopted mother here in America. She's a Caucasian lady, and she really support Liberia in most of the things that Liberians do. She went to Liberia before. She did some work there with Dr. Francine. So she is always, on behalf of the Liberian people. Now she is, making stuff for CMC because, what her daughter is, she's going to come. So she is supporting us, and we are very happy. I hope for her to come and show what her mother has made for CMC party. And that's why, we love people who see the goodness in the work that we do and try to support us. That's what we're supposed to have around us all the time. So I will continue to welcome you guys until Dr. Francine comes back with the person that her mom made for CMC. So we'd like to welcome Honorable Chokon Monday. He said he is a soon to be member of CMC. We'd like to welcome Mr. Charles passed away. Lami, I want to join this party, but I don't want to be just a member. I want to contribute to the leadership. Of course.
Yes, she is.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I want to say thank you so much for making us that stuff.
Yes, and this is what she made. I just told her we're going to take this to the fundraising event. This is the suitcase holder. You put your name, address, and then you can identify your suitcase when you travel.
Yes.
Because we always have to put little cloth or thread or wrap or ribbon around it. And this is and she makes them out of these remnants of African prints.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes. So
mine is among them, right? I got one.
Yes. Hers is among these.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yes.
You're welcome. Have fun, guys.
I was just telling her about you. Yeah, and of course, these earrings, she makes them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was supposed to get some of those earrings, right?
That's right. You were supposed to. So when you forgot, when you come back,
Yeah.
but there will be.
I'm fine for them. So for my different outfits. So
yes, yes, you have them for your outfits.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing, and she's very artistic, crafty.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's a beautiful woman too.
She said that's what I can do when I retire. That's what we can do when we retire. Yes.
You need to learn from her so when we retire, we can be doing it.
Yes, absolutely. So yes, so much. So that's what we were just spending family time. Marcian came down, Marcian, and Milan came down. Uh,
Oh,
the only person who was missing was, of course, my second daughter, who's not here
yeah.
with us.
Mhm.
Yes, so that's why. But it's good to be on the show. I'm here for us to talk about CMC business and our political leader. And I heard you say something, Grace, is about at this point, Honorable Musa Hassan Bello is making a case for CMC in Liberia. Our party is an institution. It's not about one person, but uh, he is the only person, the hardest working political agent in Liberia. I like to call him that and consider him to be that. He has a gift, of seeing people who he thinks can enhance their leadership skills. When you see someone like um, Representative Marvin Cole joining us, it's because of his leadership ability in Bond County. We had all of those followers, and he had the most votes when we put all of some of the representatives combined together. So this is a party that is well rounded. It consists of a lot of great people. So it's not just about one person. Yes, we're going to go to the primary. And, at this point, Honorable Musa Bello himself is vying for the position. He's working hard. He's doing all of the things that, is required of someone who's vying to be a stand-up bearer. He's not. We've got lots more years. We don't know what will happen. But at this point, this is where we are. So, I just want to just say, I want to thank all of those who are working with us. Thank you for all your thoughts. We are growing fast growing. We're one of the fastest growing party. I get today, I was just in a data with calls from people, and I shared this with Managua as well. People are just constantly calling. They want to be a part of CMC because people are tired. They want to make sure that change can come to Liberia. It's 2025. It's about time. We've been over 170 something years. We've just been in one stuck location, one stuck status in Liberia. We're poor. They see us as begging all the time. We're not using our resources wisely. When you Google Liberia, you see corruption, you see war, you see dependent country, eighth poor country, or sixth poor country, and you see those things. We want to change that image, where you see in countries like Rwanda who experienced the same type of civil war like we did. They turned the curve. They were able to turn the curve. Guinea. When I was growing up, and Grace can probably get attest, but I'm going to attest to this. Ghanaians, Nigerians used to, Liberia was the place they came to get an education. Nowadays, those countries have turned the curve. See, if you see Conakry, they make Liberia look like a village. So this is what we are doing. When we talk to people, this is what makes us different. I got this question today. Okay. We want to transform Liberia, and through collaboration. We're not going to just be the ATM for political parties in Liberia. We in the diaspora. That's a change. That's a different mark my word. We're going to be able to contribute and build projects in Liberia, develop our country. So I'm going to rest here, Madam Grace Gua, and let you, take over the show.
Yeah, so I just thank you, Doc. Every time we come here, we can just say it. You people want to say, okay, so how is it every time we come here, we talk about CMC, it's always new to some people, the things that we say, because the reason why is that, the Constitution allow us, there's a lot of good things, and even if they were working on the ideology of the party, because we're 4 months old. Remember, July 1st, we are 4 months old. We're a very new party, and that's why we are very strategic in what we're doing. And we know people will come a lot. And sometimes some people will come and some people will go and some people will come again. That's how it is.
Nature.
How we strategize to build the party up to the standard where when we get to 2029, that we can take leadership in Liberia. That's what we are about. So CMC is growing rapidly. At the same time, we are very mindful about the rapid growth as well. People want to come and see. And so we allow them to come in and they come and see that we are very serious about what we want to do for the country. Liberia is a place that can be fixed and developed and get on the standard as the rest of the countries around us. The leadership are just not stepping into that plate, and it's taken away from our country. Our people are dying every day, with regrets and with pain and with frustration, because when they look at their surroundings, it's not even conducive enough when you get sick to be able to go to the hospital and get actually cured. Especially when it comes to some of these rare diseases and stuff, people get itch on their skin from dirty water, walking in the water because of the system in the country when it rains. Sometimes you find yourself you looking for food, you just got to get walking out there to find food. You get sick, you can never be healed. So I saw a picture of a man got some kind of itch on his skin, the itch cannot go away. So all these things, it doesn't take rocket scientists to change it. It takes leadership to actually change it. And the leadership has to be willing, and they also have to know what to do. Now, because of our political leader, strategy, his wisdom and understanding about the landscape he lived in Liberia all his life, everything he owns is in Liberia. Everything he does is right in Liberia. So he knows exactly what the country needs and what he can do with people around him that can really be able to put forth with him these things to change the lives of the people of the country. And that's what we are about. Our vision is simple, is to uplift Liberia. And I'm saying that simple term, but we'll always continue to share the vision with you guys so you can digest it, because it's not that hard for Liberia to be a better place. It just takes leadership to get us there. And CMC is this third lane that will take Liberia to the next step level to make our country a better place, that we, even in the diaspora, when we're going to Liberia, we feel proud. And even when we come back to live, because most of our people want to come home, but they cannot. Because when they think about the hospital situation, no bus terminal. When you're looking for a bus, so, in the other country, you go, even in Europe, I mean, you go there, the people, they have bus terminal. You can go get on to the bus terminal, get a bus or get a train. We can do that for Liberia. Not that hard to do. It takes the leadership and the willingness. It takes them to put corruption aside, and it takes them to reduce the high salaries that government officials are paid. And then it takes them to be able to love the people that work in public service too, to earn the money that they deserve. And that's why CMC going to bring to everyone.
Oh, we just lost Madame Gua. We just lost her. I don't know what happened. Yes. So Ansu, are you hearing me?
Getting you clear, Dad, greeting to
Yes.
you.
We just lost you. Yes.
Yeah,
Ansu.
I was lost, but I came back.
Mhm.
I will go on and on, but I just wanted to greet everybody here that's watching. If you aren't here, please share the show. Doc, if you want, please share the show as well. You are on, so please share the show, because when you share to your other group,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So we want to say Garwin, want to say Pastor away Lamy Charles. Me, pa, I want to join this party, but I don't want to be just a member. But we're looking for people to join and contribute, because one thing for people to join, some people just said, but one thing for you to come and contribute, and that's what we want. Mr. Passaway, and we want to say welcome to Godwin Tanu. It's always good to be here with my family. Godwin, welcome. Sophie Blamo say is watching. Thank you for watching, Sophie. CMC, the only way to 2029, said Mr. Cohen. We see here Jay Rodentia. He is the leader for the Magibi area, the chairperson. He is watching. Say, good evening, folks. My name is Jay Rodentia, watching from Kakata City, Magibi County. We also want to say welcome to Mecca Madi Kane. The person said, great. Mecca Madi Kane, CNC all the way. Frederick Zabo, when will be CMC first meeting in Phoenix, Arizona? Waiting for the Phoenix people to put their stuff together, or Frederick. So once they put their stuff together, the first meeting will happen there. We'll be coming there to support you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say welcome and thank you for watching. I want to say welcome to Dami Toke, following the great CMC. I want to say Albert A. Scott. Albert is one of our regular followers. Albert, welcome always. Thank you for being here, Albert. He said CMC always, and he said hello to Auntie Grace. Hi, Albert. We want to say welcome to Edwin Smith. He says some statement concerning CMC. Want to say welcome to G. Priest Jacob. I am a young librarian who will want to be a member. I am an engineer. Jacob, you are welcome on board. All you need to do is After here, we're going to write your information down and they will send it to the Secretary General. I don't know whether you live in the diaspora or you live in Liberia, but we always want to welcome people on board. We also want to say welcome to our European chair, Miss Kadi King. She's watching tonight. Indeed, he has an amazing gift. Yes, when Musa Hassan they have the gift to attract talent. That's one of the gifts he got. He know how to pick talents. He pick people and he put them,
Yes.
and he just bring them together and everything just go into place. It's just that he playing puzzle, so he has that. That's a gift. So welcome, Kadi, our European chairperson for CMC. Want to say welcome to James Jacob as well. So welcome everybody. He said Dr. Francine, see Prince, they come and implement man. So
Yeah,
sometimes
actually, I believe today is C Prince's birthday. He is Answer, you know C Prince? He's
he said,
actually
please send me a contract. So he said, Dr. Francine, please send me a contact, or contact. I think he's saying. So
yeah. I was just gonna say, Grace, I hope are you finished? I don't want to interrupt you.
yeah, Peter. Let me just welcome the people quick. Peter
Yes, yes.
Ability is watching. She said here. So if I pass your comment, I'm sorry because the comments they're coming in a lot. Peter Ability say here, good evening, my amazing CMC family. More love. Thank you, Peter. More love to you. We say you love and kisses. Mwah. Have a yeah. We say we are going to welcome Abba again. He said, "Take grace our country today for the first time after a decade of serve contract." Let me wear my glasses. I gotta read. So, observe contradiction from the governing cycle concerning the HPX deal. Dr. Francine will talk about that HPX deal today. We want to say welcome to Emmanuel Boaka. You just chop your own. You see, some of your, I don't want to make you relevant, Emmanuel, but I come here, I have to talk about you quickly. I come here, talk about
Please
you.
do. Please do. Yes. Actually, I will start talking about you. We don't want to make some of you relevant because we understand why you come on here. You come to serve as a distraction, and maybe somebody's paying you, but where Madam Grace Gua and I have reached at this point, it's about love for country. I know you have never experienced that before because you don't even have love for yourself. You still depending on other people, perhaps for your survival. So we do not. And Chris, I'll let you go ahead because I'm sharing the show. But go ahead.
Yeah, so Emmanuel, let educate you a little bit. You see, it's not everybody who join a political party. I know it's the order of the day in Liberia, and even in the society of Liberians and in the diaspora, people feel that they should get paid and they should join political party to get money, and that's why our country in the mess I seen. Because people think that they should join political party and gain from it. Even people in the diaspora that came here live for 30, 40 years, they still have that mindset. Oh, it's a shopping thing, and let go there. They're supposed to give up money. But what have this mindset brought Liberia to in this day and age? Liberia is still behind, and they are behind now. Liberia is the sixth poorest country in the world. So you cannot see women like us. Apparently, the kind of women you put yourself around, maybe they are like that. But when you see women of substance like me and Dr. Francine, you can't say that to us. And even our European chair, Kadi, you can't say that to people like us. And the reason why I say that, because we went to Europe and we saw Kadi. We went to a program together and we all interacted and we know the kind of way she stands and who she is. So you can't see women like us in a party like this of great magnitude and you think that because of money. No, we're not going to stay here and boast because you're like, Brimple, you got your left up to boast to you. But we are not women that get paid for these kind of things. Now, we know these are the things you're used to. It's not in this case. This is for love for country. We fight hard for Liberia. And that's the reason, that's the focus. I don't know whether you knew Dr. Francine before. I don't know whether you knew me. I started a nonprofit organization since 2009 in Liberia. Do you know the level of work I have done? I share my website with Dr. Francine today. She saw what the level of work I have done in the country before I ever knew who Musa Belete was. So just so you know, Dr. Francine too has done immense work in Liberia. We have people work for us right now in the country that the daily bread comes from our pockets.
Yes.
So we don't need Honorable ability to pay us to help him and to even be a part of a party. You would need that, but we don't need that. We don't need that because we know that the order of the day, and that's why I have destroyed Liberia to the core. We know all your people that own platform that you follow, they preach about Liberian politics because they get paid and money are put into their pocket, they get bribed. We are not on that track. That's why CMC is very different from all political parties that ever started in Liberia. Because we never started that, we did not start, and we were not going to do that. And we're not start that way. So we just wanted to share with you, my brother. We know that's what you're used to, but it has not done any change to Liberia, and so we are not bringing that. That's why TCMC is eternally, we are pushing for change because all those things needs to change for Liberia to be a better place. For Liberia to have a better ranking in society. So that's the change. It starts from within before we can bring it to the country. So this is not about that. We know the rest of the party that you were part of. That's what they did. They pay all these surrogates on Facebook to push their messages. We are not being paid. We're pushing the message because we love Liberia. We are Liberians. We too are Liberians. We have the right to speak for our country. That is anything before we move on.
And that's what we look for in a person, someone who wants to contribute to the country with all strings attached, you know. So like in what Agua said, there's so many of you guys and many people who are just accustomed to, you know, tick for tat. We don't do that. You know, we at the stage in our lives where God has blessed us to be comfortable. We're not looking for riches and diamond. We have worked hard enough. So please take the message to all of you guys who can come underneath people posts and people live and say the things that you say, that no, CMC is here to stay, whether you like it or not. Number two, we're not like typical, you know, people that are accustomed for getting something in return for something else. We don't do that. We built our lives. Grace got beautiful children. I was able to meet them. They're all doing well. They're successful in what they do. She has a beautiful home. She has her, in America, we have something called 401k. On top of that, when she retires, she gets Social Security. So yes, what more? But we're going to just not focus our time and use significant time of this show because we've got important other things to say. But go and take the good news. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is a third lane. We do things very differently. So that's why you need to join us so you can see how it's supposed to be done. So we can develop Liberia together. Because by taking money and all these people who were carrying the propaganda and yelling across the stage and they were being paid, that even a protest or even bring good to Liberian people was even sidelined because of money. We are not up for that. We are up for the real change of Liberian needs. That's the reason why we are here. So I want to say thank you for watching, everyone. Continue watching, and we hope that one day your mindset will change and you will come and join CMC because this is the way to go. This is the party that will bring development and change to Liberia and change the lives of Liberians. So that's where we are, my brother. Doc, you know, this HPX thing, you know, today Honorable Ability went to session. I think Fanati Kofa too was in session today as well. And I think they talk about HPS deal. So I wanted you to come and tell us a little bit more that your information that you have. I am still struggling with this deal because I don't understand why deals are still even signed, why they are still signing deals in Liberia when the people are not benefiting from it. Yes. And I think that the people need to mount the courage to do something against this is what's happening. But I need you to explain, maybe you can start from the get-go to tell us how Salamita lost this deal to HPX and what this deal signing meant for the Liberian people and how it's supposed to be carried out because the political leader came here yesterday and he talked about that, how it was supposed to be carried out. He also made me to understand that the person was supposed to sign before it gets to the house. So I understood that process and everything. But usually, I know it's the process, but after he signed, it gets to the house is once one person say it and it's carried out. This is a government of, you know, dictatorship. So they already took over the house because they have a regime speaker. So I don't think they're going to say no to anything in that house. So I don't trust the house anymore. There are one or two people there that can stand their ground. They are not enough to make that change, you know, to make sure that doesn't go through. People like Musa Hassan Benete, people like Marvin Cole, people like, how they call him, or Yaka Koluba. There are not enough people to make sure that they look into the matter and how the deed is supposed to be carried out before it's even passed. So I want you to explain on that and for us to understand.
Sure. So as you probably know, this story is still unfolding, is big in our country, and we all need to pay attention to it. So right now, Liberia has a agreement, okay, a MDA agreement with ArcelorMittal. ArcelorMittal has sole control as we speak right now of the railroad. So there's a railroad that comes from Nima County and goes straight into the Buchanan port, and then they utilize the port to send our iron ore out into the world, or sometimes they can send it to Monrovia. I know in my case, I grew up in a mining town. Bone mines used to go straight to Monrovia, use the port there, and send the iron ore out to the world. And we should be making our own iron ore product in our country, but that's a different story. So now HPX is an American company, American-Canadian company. HPX is changed their name, or it's interchangeably. So you can, when you sometimes you see Ivanhoe Atlantis, Atlanta, I think that's what they call themselves. So in recent years, they used to be called HPX. They've given us money in the past, Liberian government money in the past, and now all of a sudden in these days, I've been seeing around in the writings Ivanhoe Atlantis, but when you track it down, it's the same company. So this company, in the back door, signed an agreement with our government, okay, to utilize the railroad. So what they want to do is they want to extract iron ore from Guinea. For them to take the iron ore from Guinea to their port is going to be hard and longer and probably costly. So they're building a rail. They want to build a rail from Guinea that will come straight to Nimba and go to the port of Buchanan. And so our government went and signed an agreement with them without even calling journalists or civil organizations to explore or assess or even just talk about this agreement. Okay, you would think a transparent government, an open government, a government that for the people and by the people, you want to get the people's assessment, their views, their thoughts. But they didn't. This argument between Acela owning rights to the railroad and HPX owning rights to the railroad has been going on for some time. At one point, the government was leaning towards ArcelorMittal. They even recently, you guys, we saw the president bypass the whole Nima caucus, took a few cherry-picked a few of them, because remember, when they divide us, they can win. Okay, united we stand, divided we fall. So that's exactly what was happening. And when he went to ArcelorMittal, visited ArcelorMittal, told them some.
So he bypassed the Nima caucus and took a few of them and left the rest of the people. Okay,
that's right. Yes. Okay. And so people are thinking, okay, maybe the government leaning towards giving ArcelorMittal this contract. Boom! In the middle of the night, they went and signed this contract, unknown to many of the journalists in this country, at a tune of $1.8 billion. Okay, we don't know anything about this.
Now, 1.8 billion United States dollars.
Yes, 1.8 billion United States dollars. Because I went and reread after we talked last night, because I was like, oh, let me just make sure that it's not million, it's billion. Well, it's more than that. But that's just what we've seen in the paper so far. So then
I should take your money a bit at the coastal highway now.
That's what I want to know. What are we getting for this $1.8 million? What where is it going, the budget? But the president has the right. I just want to make sure that we know this as Liberians. He has the right, okay, to make these agreements. However, constitutionally, as our political leader was saying, the House of Representatives ratified, they consent to it, they make sure that it's okay, they go over it, and because they actually represent the people, okay? So they rectify the agreement, and this is where we are right now. Today, I didn't really hear the information ministry, the Minister of Information. I think they said they spoke on this issue, and so people are asking whether the president will sign this agreement twice, because I think they said that the agreement wasn't signed, but we know that it's been signed. So I think they're trying to sort of let the Liberian people know that they're going to sign it again, and then they will send it to the House of Representatives to rectify the agreement. So this is where we are with this whole thing. We need to keep our ears open and our eyes open, because we do not know what is happening right now. The question is, who owns the real? Is it ArcelorMittal? Are we giving it to HPX right now? And how are they going to run the real? Okay, are they?
My question to you, ArcelorMittal
Mhm.
had that contract.
They do have the.
So the rail that were built in the country from the beginning, they're supposed to own that rail.
That's
So
what
the
it says.
question is that the 1.6 billion, is it going to go to ArcelorMittal and like we're going to divide that money? And the rail, is it going to be built to not distract from the Liberian people? People are not going to die because of that rail being built. What benefit is to the Liberian people for that rail to be built, for them to carry on that particular work to be done in that area? So we have to, that's why I say it's unfolding. You said it right. We have to know, because we're going to make sure we talk about this for the Liberian people to know. $1.6 billion is no small money.
Nope, not small money. And Grace, so there was an argument who owns the rail, and you're asking excellent questions because the Liberian government says they own the rail. They can tell anybody how to use it, when to use it. The ArcelorMittal at one point was arguing that they have been maintaining the rail. They own the rail. They use the rail. They've been using it whenever and however because they're the only one who using it to send the iron ore to Buchanan. So now HPX is coming in and saying that's where the argument is. We want rights to the rail. So the Liberian government said, well, we're going to form a rail authority, which I believe they did. But the question is, as you're saying, what is the role of the rail authority? Why are they not speaking to Liberian people about this money that they receive? How are they going to work on the modalities between when and who's going to use the rail? How is this? Well, now they're saying that now the real name is called a multi-user. So that's the big name. They turn multi-user railroad. So now
which one thing is that the real, that they're fighting over the real, and the government already signing a deal. They're supposed to make sure they have a substantial clarification on who owns the real before they even sign document to take $1.6 billion from the people, because at the end of the day, then they will start fighting over that money.
Yes,
so what sense is in it?
And that's the issue right now because ArcelorMittal is saying, well, we thought we had some rights to this rail because we've been running and doing it. And and HP and the Liberian government said, well, it's our land, it's our property, so we can give it to whoever else we want to at a tune of $1.8 billion. So there's a lot of this unfolding. A lot of this is unfolding. We'll see how they manage. Not that I'm happy with the way in ArcelorMittal gives corporate social responsibility funds to to Buchanan and also to NIMA. But again, I can't be mad at them because it's how we the Liberians, how we are implementing and utilizing those funds. Okay, those funds are coming to us. Are we using it to build our country, or are we using it to put in our own pocket and make one or two persons rich, or make them live bigger?
Yeah, again, if I'm rich for the rest of their lives. Well, y'all in the comment section, y'all make comments tonight. Y'all tell us how y'all feel about the HPS deal, because the people already didn't even know who already owned the real. And then they went some, the person already fixed his signature to a deal that the real is still being fought over. And now even the deal being signed and going to the house, they never really brought it to the public for the Liberian people to really make decisions, or for the media to carry on the proper information for the people to be aware. What people are just going through a lot. The Liberian people, the government officials, I don't know about the rest of the people working in the private sector, but they live on $1 a day. That, since 2011, Liberian, the public service have been, certain public service employees make $150 per month. $150, man.
Yes.
$150.
Yeah.
I can't get over it. And this thing happened since 2011.
It's sad. It's sad. And this is the kind of things that we want the Liberian people to open their eyes and open their ears and listen to. You cannot go and sign an agreement in Jade, like you want to call it backdoor agreement. Don't invite nobody, because when you open the eyes of the public, when you form the public, when you feel that you create patriotism, patriotism. So the people in the country are aware. This whole $1.50, they can say, they can tell our government, do we want to be a part of a government that pay us $150 every month?
A month.
You know, and
And the thing is that you would think that that people income has been raised, but this has been happening since 2011. Librarians are still making $150 a month since 2011. How can you survive on $150 when your lifestyle has increased? Your lifestyle expenditure has increased. People, even in America now, they're raising people pay. Most of the states here, the minimum wage have been raised, from $7 to $10. Because your life things expensive now. Your life has changed.
Yes.
So if they still since 2011 living on $150 a day.
Lastly, I wanted to add, I'm sorry, Grace. I wanted to add lastly, so there's a correlation. Go define the word correlation. It's not exact relationship. It's just saying these two things are happening at the same time. There was a correlation between the President Buckeye coming to the United States and also this deal being signed. Some people are saying that because it's an American company, and the leadership of the America is putting America first. So that's one of the reasons why this invitation was extended to our president. That's what some people are saying. Some people are wondering who are the partners in this Ivanhoe Atlantis company, okay, or HPX. Who's the partner? Who are the partners?
These are the things that were supposed to be leveled into the public before they even pass that kind of stuff. Yeah. Before the deal is even passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the deal has not been passed yet, right?
Well, it was the executive branch who is supposed to also look out for our people. The President Booker signed it. He signed the agreement. Okay. Now we are looking forward to what the legislature will do, because constitutionally they have the right to rectify. They say they need to look over it and agree to it and consent to it and say it's okay. We're going to pass it. Last night when we gather, as of last night, some people in the House of Representatives had not seen it, including our PL. He said he had not seen it, this bill yet. He has not seen this agreement yet. So it's just almost like things are moving so fast,
Well, my thing is that even if they bring it now, what are the modalities that they have in place for this kind of deal? The security sector is not functioning well. You're getting a railroad to pass through our country to go to Guinea. You have to think about the security sector. The people are not well equipped. The basic needs, their salaries, the security sector, they got a police there. Some of them making $200 a month. The healthcare insurance, they don't even have that. So if anything happened to them, their family left in limbo. So you have to put these modalities in place before you even strike a deal like that to even go for the deal to even reaching the house.
Yes, and the deal
in place.
Yes, your point about the security is so huge to me because we don't want an open border kind of a country, okay? So somebody can get on a train and find a way in Liberia.
Yes.
Okay. So how will the immigration system work, knowing that this train is coming on a Ghana? Do they check? Do they have a system to be able to check to make sure that Liberians or Guineans who come into the country, they are returning, to their home, or do they get a permit? Do they, how does all of this work?
The thing is, crime is high in the country already because the people are hungry. Yeah. So the crime rate is high because of hunger and no jobs. Mm-hmm. The people they live on $1 a day. Some of them less than that because they can't even feed themselves. They are not able to send their children to school. So the crime rate is high. Now, if you don't have the security modality in place for that, those people that are coming through our country, some people will use that means to come to our country to commit crimes. And there will be bad people and come and people's lives will be taken because of that. The people already going through that as is in the country. They don't need that added. And that's the reason why these things are supposed to be put in place, how to ready for it to function. How for it to function before they even start to sign deals and all those kind of things. So
and lastly, if I can just add, when I think about multi-rail user, I think about the system that they have in this country here. You can have cargo railroad going, like, I know there's one that runs right, going. I know where one the track where it runs, okay, but then it turns into passenger rail as well. Okay, Amtrak goes through the same track. I mean, but they're very careful, the system, as to when and how that Amtrak's with passenger are going to pass and go through. Maybe taking people from Buchanan to Nima, or Nima to Buchanan, so you can have passengers. That's a good commercial, but we don't know. They're just saying, oh, multi-user. So the multi-user is only because the Guineans will be coming through with their iron ore, and we're going to be coming through with our iron ore. That's all. That way the multi-user stop. Instead of, I don't know if there's any room for passengers, which to me will help increase commercialization. It will help traveling. It will help improve awareness of people from one county to the other. It's another form of cultural tourism. It's just it's.
But the modality has to be in place for those things.
Yes.
You can just pass a D and just bring something. We don't want try and error. Our people have suffered enough in the country. They are going through a lot already. We don't need try and error in the country with all the deals that have been passed and things like that. We need them to make sure that they know exactly what they're doing. So let's hope that when they get in the house and they will be able to leverage up. I don't know whether we'll do that, being that the speaker is a regime speaker, and the yeah and they think they always used to pass these different bills.
Yeah, and we never know who said yeah and who. They don't list their names.
They don't list their names because they want to see who said yeah and nay, but it should be listed so that people that bring people can see who voting for what in the country. The government is still unable to pave the roads in the country. That, up to me, those things are the focus point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see, Ansu, have you heard anything? I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on this HPX deal going, and what are you hearing in the country about it?
Well, just wake up Monday morning. It was Monday morning. Yeah, Monday morning I start to get the phone information in the corridor. And when I see in the corridor, this entire agreement, and D was signed on a Sunday.
Oh wow!
D was on Sunday, yeah.
Sunday too? Yeah.
So when the people got you drinking what in the morning, that turn the care the paperwork.
It was, yeah. So it was on Sunday, in which this entire agreement, or the the entire agreement between the Liberia government and this U.S. company. And again, just imagine that it was through the U.S. embassy in which Liberians get to know that this deal was signed. The government not even announced it.
That's right.
Yeah, it was not even for the Ministry of Information. The U.S. embassy on the website, it was how they came up with this information. Almost like some people delaying to tell people, or I know why I'm wasting time. So they would get the information out. It was how Liberians saw this thing here on the U.S. embassy website.
You joking
before that day, the Ministry of Information came out now to inform the people. So if you follow up on Sunday, this entire agreement, and there was some pressure, with the media people, we have people in and out. So there was some pressure. We get to understand that, there's some pressure on the government. The president, he's on his way to the U.S.
He's here already.
So okay. So in the U.S. already, there's some pressure, was on this government, and especially with the president trip to the U.S. that have to do with this connection with this U.S. company. So the woman had no option, but it was forced to do it beyond the House of Representative. They are left them out. Everybody just like, look, the whole thing. I said Monday morning. When you're walking on the street, people just talking Sonny. Where you say, well, why exactly people say, some they say can be true, some they say a lie. They say, what kind of government sign agreement on a Sunday, government sign agreement, Liberian put that informed, and at the end of it, it was through the U.S. embassy who posted it before the Liberian people get to know Then lately, it was how the Ministry of Information came up. So that's it. And that's how we know. It's so disappointing that this. I know. Asking someone last time said this continuity. The government is continuing the way whether it's about sources or it's about doing the same thing because that's a very huge amount, a very huge. It's about 1 point some billion. And the people sell in the country. Would that be in the country? One money I get, I will see what's sell to the border. The people just sell us because some of the agreement what goes on. You leave the whole house out of the whole picture. You leave media people out of the picture on or Sunday. So they knows very well that the president was leaving for the US. So they still will have to go on. They have to put in politics. They're mixing up with politics. You're going to meet Trump. This thing you have to go through it. You have to sign it. They have to mix the whole thing up. As a the leader with a very bad surrounding. That's just what his people do expect for him. But just so disappointed with this government who came into the whole picture, being that they know all. And at the end of it, with all these mistakes, Madam Grace, and that of Richard seen. So that's just what our people face with. That's just what our people going through.
Yep. Yep. Thank you, Ansu. That's exactly what I heard. That it was backdoor signing.
I mean, it just at the end of the day, we feel sorry for our people. We feel sorry for our country. We feel sorry for ourselves. To be attached to such a country, and you just seeing that on a regular basis, the people just still can get it together. So that's why I told one of my friends, I was like, maybe the people, the 250,000 plus people that die in the war, their souls are not resting. Maybe because I don't understand how these people will not let Liberia benefit from something. How are they not allowing the economy to just work for the people? How are they not, gasoline prices has increased to 14 cents more. Do you guys know that?
Yeah.
In the country, gasoline prices increased, and the people still make the same amount of money they made since 2011. So how you expect them to send their children to school? How you expect them to have money to go to the hospital? How you expect them to be able to feed themselves? How you expect these people to live? How you expect these things? One group of people just in big cars, living in air-conditioned homes, and the majority of them that are rich in the country, they are government officials. That when they were poor, once upon a time, all of a sudden they became rich as soon as they got in government.
So what kind of poor yet I work for a long time?
Yeah, all of a sudden they got in government, they just got rich. Yeah, and these people, we cannot keep them ruling this country. It's been 24 years already. CDC, UP government, they need to go. CMC is the way. Come and join us, because we will never take state power and allow our people to go through this kind of thing. Like our political leader, just in case the Senator become a person like Liberia, he listens. That's one of the qualities he has. He listens. He wants your idea. He wants us to talk about it, and then we come to one conclusion, and maybe we vote on it. And Grace will not be in the room and vote on such a mess, because I will not allow our people to suffer like this. Yeah, this thing affect our children, their future. The school system is already a mess. Yeah, so with all these things happening and they're going behind closed door, American embassy had to announce it to the Liberian people, what's going on, before we can even hear that this kind of thing going on behind closed door. It's very sad. How the people look at us? And our people can't do anything about it. It's so sad. It is so, so sad.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
How many police officers they even have said that? How many people in the security sector will even be able to go? I mean, I can just say so much, but we need to move on from this, because this is just it's a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. 7 and making $5 per day. You calculate $150 to 31 days, or maybe the 26 days. After you remove the weekend. It's just so sad that the kind of leadership we put. Our peer was here yesterday. He said a lot of stuff. The leadership of this country reflect the people. How are we still voting people like these into power that doing deals that cost $1 billion+, and Liberian people have no idea these things are going on. America had to expose it to us. The president is not in the great United States. Who know what kind of other deal can be signed? What it would benefit our people? We don't know. We don't.
Yep. Yep. And this is why we're here. We definitely want to change Liberia. It's not going to be changed overnight, but with the right people, we can put Liberia on the right path. And many things, there's easy fixes. Some of these things, I heard our peer talk about the amount of money that we're paying people in the government. A lot of people in the government, especially with the top heavy. You talking about the people who Grace are saying are making 150, the people who stay in the sun, the people who teach
the work.
Yes, okay. Like they're making $150 a month continuously since 2011. This is and I was just thinking as you're talking, Madam Gua, I'm thinking maybe these people have this intention to keep Liberian people in the dark or suppressed, okay, or oppressed. All right. And the reason why I say that, because somebody can't live on $150 a month. They got to pay their children's school fee. They got to pay rent. They got to find food to eat. A lot of people need transportation to go to work. So by the time they finish doing all of that, when they're in debt, by the time the month over, they got food to eat. They are indebted to somebody. Okay. And so with this circle continue for, at least yes, continue until some people, that's how they die. They die in this kind of circle. Many people, who breaks out of that cycle. And this is what a thriving country does. The middle class is the one that holds and maintain, and gels a country, because you can always rise from being a lower class, rise to the middle class, and then there few people break it and make it to the upper class. Okay. But in our country, it's like the upward mobility doesn't come easily. People don't move. If you're born poor, you will probably most likely remain poor until maybe somebody in government feels sorry for you. They put you in some kind of higher level job. And for you, like for example, I will bluntly say it, one of my major problem with CDC, President Weah's government, and President Weah himself, because when he was coming into power, he promised those poor people in Gibraltar, in Likutan, the places that he was from, the places that he knows very well, he played football, he said, when I get there, I will create an agenda, a government that will be so inclusive that will uplift you people. But to my surprise, when he got there, he didn't do much for the people but enrich himself.
Well, and the thing is that he got there, that he didn't do much of the people because he didn't know what to do for them.
Yeah.
He talked about putting all the people who never even had credentials to even stay in government, he rushed them into government. Mm-hmm. And then his main focus was to steal, and he stole a lot of money, which is true. Mm-hmm. He did take a lot of money from the Liberian people. Mm-hmm. And then he never the youth of the country, that's my heart.
Yes.
The youth that he was supposed to prepare.
Yes.
Where were the centers? What the youth center for the children to learn? And most of the children end up being Zogos today. They are on drugs.
Substance drugs.
And then you expect us to be happy with such a government? We as parents, we see our children here, how the people, even the system, the way that the children live their lives with the system, making sure they are okay, beside the parents and pushing. It's sad, but that's what
I wanted to add, and one of the reasons why I was like, okay, at least somebody looking towards the youth, okay, looking towards the people who are poor in our country, and it was him. But especially when Eddie Johnson Sirleaf was in power, and her second term, to me, she didn't do as well as her first term. It wasn't about the Liberian people, her second term. Her first term, at least we saw she was rushing to, become the darling of the West. The people loved her, so there were, a lot of people were giving money to our country, and so she was fixing the roads because we're in a war-torn country. She was bringing some order and structure back to our country. But then the second term, I don't know, she fell asleep on the country. So when George Weah came, he and his gang of people came in. I was like, oh my goodness, at least we can exhale. At least we can get a breath of fresh air in our country. And only to find out, that these people, like Grace said, he didn't know, he didn't put the right people in places to improve the livelihood of people. So that was a big disappointment on my part. And then we get the same thing going on in our country. He left, George Weah finished, he gone. Okay? The other people came, they said they were going to rescue the government. Look at what we got going on right now. There's this big argument you see between the COVID money. 30 million. When they be talking money, they give me talking about small pocket change that $2, $3, $1.
But the people enrich themselves, dog. The people build houses in the country. They didn't build good houses in the country because they don't know how to develop their own country. So they built some houses in the country. Then they went to Ghana. They built gated community there for themselves. They live in Ghana. They have their homes in Ghana that are gated. Then they got other places. They own houses. I even hearing they said Samuel Tue, so he can go mail live, so he can tell me to code as well. Samuel Tue, now he and the vice president, they are best of friends. Now they are postponed his case to I think next year.
Oh,
case has been. Let me just look up. Somebody sent me from my birth today. Samuel Tue case has been postponed to next year January. If nobody can figure out how his case has been postponed. People are saying now that he buddies with Jeremiah Kuhn.
Oh my goodness.
So we don't even know that Samuel Tue case, what would be even trial, my dear.
And this is what I'm saying, Madam Chris. So, these people came, they said they were going to help the poor in the country, pro-poor. They were for pro-poor people. Okay. Samuel Tue, of all people, we understand, and my resource in this is pretty reliable, that he wasn't doing that great in the United States. He was perhaps they say he was a driver. Some people say, and later on,
yes, it was alleged that he was a truck driver in this country.
Yes, and then then he went on and worked in a bank, and then I think I read a report where somebody said they felt sorry for him, and then they recommended him to George Weah, and then Weah made him minister of finance. Okay. Yes. Okay. Well, actually, he was recommended to Ellen first. He came from he was a consultant or a contractor from the World Bank or one of those banks, for World Bank, and then move on to George Weah. But the consultant job, you go there for a couple of months. It's a contract or whatever. Okay. But you became Minister of Finance. What did you do for the people? You guys today, you having an argument back and forth with Guafan, the world food money, the people they gave you money for COVID. Remember when COVID was raging, killing everybody who was so scared to get out. Okay, they gave them $30 million. Today, there's no head or tail for the $30 million that we can't find out. What did you do with the money? You came, you said you having press conference, you had nothing to do with the money went straight to World Bank. Some of the letters we see show that the money not necessary, it came, you were responsible for tracking that money before it went to World Bank account. Then in your turnover note, you asked Gafan to follow up with you say you spent $28 million, I think there was $2 million left, approximately $2 million left for the rescue government now, Joseph Boakai government to use. Gafan coming to power. You can't get no hair, no tail of the money either. We can't get no hair, no tail, no nothing. How you be responsible for tracking money? World Bank is World Food it's a United Nations program. It's not even Liberia's program. You won't tell me you have to let the people to their own volition. However, where they get, whether they get the food, didn't get the food, how they get the food to us, what they bought, what our food like, what our rice, what our oil, what our sardine, where they went to go distribute the food. You ain't track, you ain't ask the people. You have to have steering committee to manage these things. And it's so, to me, it's disappointing. That is the kind of disorganization that we are talking about, Madam Kwa. That when CMC gets into power, we are going to be able to check those things, okay? Before things go out, we want workers, okay? We don't kind. This is not a kind of party, I welcome everyone, but I welcome people who come in to make some contributions, okay?
Yeah.
And let it be out of your heart and your head. Use your heart in your head. Don't just come and say, "Oh, I want to be somebody in Liberia." No, please, I beg you. All right, y'all come.
Contributors.
Yes, let's contribute. Let's look at the standard, the way our country is. Come to the meetings with us. Be able to go out and talk to people and say, this is what we want to do. We want to change our country. So be a part of the change and a part of making Liberia. Don't just come in and say, I just here to sit down at Bisha and stuff like that. We have plenty of that in our country. So I'm pleased to hear you listening to us. You understand our voices tonight. That's one of the things that I want to see in our country. Don't be like the rescue government. Don't be like the other government.
I know, right? It come because you want certain things, for yourself. But we are here together to fight for our country to be a better place. Like a better place is for us. It's for us, and it's for our children to come. And it's for the future of the country. You will be a part of a change. Your name will be in history. Yeah. And we will recognize, people who are putting the work. That's what CMC is about. Our political leader is always appreciated of people who put in hard work. He will always say, he will tell people thank you in the meetings. He always tell people thank you for the work. Sometimes I think he says that too much because some of the work there, I don't know where to be saying thank you for it for. But anyway, me, I would just say that's it. But he will always be appreciated for the things you do, and that's the grace. Yes. So I will read Ibrahim Masare. Ibrahim Masare is watching. Thank you for watching. Rebecca Kasi, she is watching. Thank you for being here, Rebecca.
Rebecca is always watching us. So
is always watching us. We hope you call here on Friday so you can win your own money. Don't forget, July 26th coming. People will need $10 here on the platform. 10 persons. So Rebecca,
she's here.
Why you win your own money, my dear?
I wanted to say something before you close, but before you start recognizing. So my parents who are here tonight, they're going to be going a cruise of the coast of Africa. Can you imagine? She was just showing me they're stopping in places like Togo, Sierra Leone. I think I saw Abidjan, skip right all Liberia. They're going.
So the ship not stopping in Liberia?
What, like we got contract with the people?
Wow.
And she said, he was telling me, my dad was to me, said, I'll be waving at your house in Liberia. They changed their window, their seating in their cabin on the cruise so that they can see the shore, the window.
Yeah.
At the shore, instead of being the inside of the cabin, so that you can see Liberia and wave to it. He said, I don't know if I will see Liberia, but this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. This is how tourism and the words of our country get spread around. These people,
they're stopping in Togo and Sierra Leone.
Togo, Sierra Leone. They show us the ride. I think some of the places I didn't even know along the coast there before they get into South Africa. This is not
it's on the main coast and they're not stopping like that.
Well, let me ask you now, what do we have? I know in fact, we have one cruise ship I read that came to our country in recent months, and they were on their way to Senegal and Ivory Coast and all of those places where they would spend longer time. Have we cultivated? Have we nursed? Okay, have we birthed that kind of industry in our country? They can stop there. We just need to find a port area, make it a port city where they can have their little lunch, their dinner. When they're having their lunch, they got our African dance
food.
You see, we're collecting money. These ships pay a fee when they stop in these countries because they have to pay docking fee. That's how they make their money and stuff like that. So that's how the country make this money as well. Or whether they need fuel for the ship or whatever, we could just cultivate and enhance that kind of tourism in our country. But we ain't got it, man. So what do people do? That name.
CMC
Yes,
will bring all of that to Liberia.
that's
If
right.
New York gave us the chance,
Just
because
give us the
we got
chance.
bulldozers in the party. We got bulldozers, and among us, we ourselves are bulldozers. Our political leader is also a bulldozer. He's an economist. He told you yesterday. He studied economics, and he did international business. So we will know how to bring development to Liberia in different aspects. But I wanted to read something Ibrahim Masare is saying here. He said, Ivanhoe already owns rich Liberian iron land. If we don't speak now, they will take it raw, like Guineas. No factory, no steel, no real job, just the same story. Foreign companies rich, Liberians poor. We must demand processing right here, now and not later. So you see that the people will just come and take the stuff. There will be no processing in Liberia because the processing too could bring jobs, opportunity to the country.
Can you imagine? Firestone has been in our country for more than 100 years. We can't even make one bike tire. Okay, one tire or even rubber condom in our country.
People need the. Let me continue reading. He said a lot of times. He said Ivanhoe isn't just passing Guinean iron ore through Liberia. He said Ivanhoe, that's the company name. This HPS. They are not just passing Guinean iron ore through Liberia. They are already acquired Liberian land.
You see,
so they already have our land. The St. John River iron ore site, about 250 kilometers of rich deposits. That land is right here in Liberia. Our iron ore, our soil, our wealth. They already finished acquiring it. So that land have been bought by the people they own.
Thank you, Ibrahim.
He said, but here's the danger. There is nothing in the deal that says they must build a smelter or process the iron ore in Liberia. So they're signing deals and there's nothing there for Liberians. He said, if no law or pressure is put on them now, they will do what they are doing in Guinea, dig it out, ship it raw, make billions. And
That's true. That's true. And I was reading today, even the same Salamita, they reduce the revenue that or some percentage of money they were supposed to pay to Liberia. They were supposed to give Liberia 30%. They reduced that money to 15%. We don't know why. And I believe this is the first time they're building some kind of plant, because when the president visited, I think I saw, you remember all these years, Yekepa being in Liberia, Boma being in Liberia, because since our Lamin say 19 who I was small. Now they will take the job what Abraham is saying, they dig it out, they ship it straight the iron ore from the port in Monrovia to Germany. They make these steels.
But we want them to put processing centers in our country so our people can benefit too.
Yeah,
they need to process it in Liberia. So he also said most citizens just heard about this deal, but what they don't know is this. Ivanhoe already own iron ore rich land right here in Liberia, the St. Paul John River area. They are not just helping Guinea. They are preparing to dig Liberia iron ore next. And guess what? No requirement to build factories, no plan to process the iron ore in Liberia, no guarantee of real jobs for our youth. This is how it always starts. A flashy contract, big promises, foreign flags waving, and before you know, boom, nothing is really happening. And me put his stuff all year, and before you know, and then it just go on, nothing happening. But I want to say, mostly, Tenwa. Thank you for watching, sis. So everybody statement them, my dear. They program me take away from the country again. Oh. Nothing inside for like that.
Very good points.
Our children, nothing inside for them.
Yep. Some points that align with what you are asking. We need to ask these great questions.
Yeah.
You know, why are we in a rush to sign this contract? Okay. What is in it for our Liberian people? Like, you know, Abraham is telling us there's not even a factory where they can manufacture the steel or process the steel. You know, this whole thing about St. John River, we explore how rich our country is. Rich. Our country is so fertile and rich. And here it is. You know, we got all these mineral, as in my Uncle Sam voice, Sam Jackson voice, you know, but we can't even utilize what we have. We don't make it work for us. So y'all make it make sense to me, oh, my people. Y'all make this make sense to us on this show.
Yeah, well, but better will come here one of these days so you can tell us since they went to session today. I got some of his pictures, and I'm trying to my friend trying to put in a collage so we can put it out here because they went in our house today. We need to find out what went on in our house today.
Yes,
I don't know whether you're prepared for me to even read a letter from Saga PA because talking about like parenting sometimes.
Yeah, we got to
we have a bus terminal in the country. Bus terminal, where people can go to the terminal and take buses to go all the time. I mean, none of those things. You're passing deals. Our roads are not fixed. You know, you stopping the people from getting their goods on the road with the trucks, then I carry the poor goods back and forth so they can make money to send their train to school. But you're passing $billions of deal that will not benefit our country. Targeting people a very,
and I don't know how can you awake. You know, like the American people say you woke, you know, but how can we do this to our fellow Liberians, you know, here abroad? We need to wake up, you know, because our country, if we don't wake up, it's falling apart. So I'm so thankful that Honorable Billy can come here. You know, he's our eyes and ears in that house, because that place was a dark place for a long time. They would just say so say one, so say all. Nobody would tell what they did there. But they were enriching themselves. We'll just see them. They get out, they ride their BB cars or whatever. They get rich. They send their children in wherever, and they do. You know, they live in big houses. But we got our eyes and ears now, who will come and tell us, like we learned yesterday, they had not seen this contract. They constitutionally has the right to rectify this contract. They have to say we agree with it or not, and we'll look out to who signed this contract. Just like how they signing that other contract in Bomi. You know, we don't know who signed it, but it's just there. The people are doing their own thing, you know, in Bomi.
But they put even start go build. They go do a development in a district. The representative of the district, once you're not UP, they can't call you there. I mean, this is no, but that is a whole nother topic for another. Me, Jerry, Honorable Musa Hassan Belete wrote 2 hours ago. He said, I'm genuinely astonished at the level of ignorance within the so-called intellectual community regarding the HPX concessions. Let me make this clear. The president must first sign the agreement before it is forwarded to the legislature for rectification. This is not up for debate. It is a matter of established legal procedural protocol.
Yep, constitutional.
30 minutes review of Liberia's concession process will have revealed this. It is disappointing that those who should be guiding public discourse with facts are instead clouding it with misinformation. So somebody had just shared misinformation, so he wrote on that. And this is all coming from within the government people. Yeah. They want to misinform the people. But then they get somebody like Musa Belete in the house, so again, they hard time. That's how that house have been going with the Senate, just be going that bring people just confusing the what going on until boom. They go put out with Musa Belete, Marvin Cohen, and they can't call it by not easy there.
You're not easy.
They won't come on and tell
yes. Supposed to be. And you need to stay tuned.
English.
Yes. Stay tuned to the political lounge, because this is where you get the news, our eyes and ears.
The truth must be told. Yeah.
Yes, this is where you get the truth and our eyes and ears in the House of Representatives. We will be getting Representative Marvin Cole going to be coming on shortly. We're waiting for the dust to settle, waiting for him to, just settle down. You know, when you join a great political party like CMC, your emotions are high. You have a lot of thinking to do. There's a lot of, looking at the Constitution, ideology. There's a lot of brainstorming. We are part of the brainstorming as to how we can make Liberia a better place. And so, we're looking forward to him coming. We're looking forward to our political leader coming. I also want to not forget, we also have a women's Congress leader in the name of Alice Bisa. She's been making her rounds in the radio station. I think I briefly saw a picture of her at one of the radio stations where she was, just telling people to respect CMC's policies, okay? and address the policy when you're speaking to her. Don't look for personal issues. Don't insult her personally, like how some of you like to do. But stick to the policy. You're welcome to take feedback. But when you're going to address issues,
Let's address the issue instead of you addressing us personally, our personal lives, because it doesn't change how we feel. It doesn't change anything. Liberia needs to be rebuilt.
yes,
And UP and CDC will not be able to do that. That's the reason why we have this link. It's called the CMC way. Come and join us. But Abraham also said, before I read my political leader letter from Saka PA, we were supposed to read that letter yesterday, but he was here and he graced the platform and he really graced.
If you didn't watch the episode, please go and watch it.
I got snippets. Every day I will put one snippet or he grazed the platform. That's what he did. They were did that. And people have called me from Liberia, all the youth from Liberia that I, communicate with, or tell me, say, Grace, that was first time hearing when Bob speak like that, and we want him to continue speaking like that. That's what they told. They said we want him to stand up because he has always been this cool man. Say, oh, it's okay, this and that. He needs to start to speak like that. That's what we want. They were very so happy. And they said, thank you for telling that originally to please get him chance to speak. I said, yeah, even muted her off for you.
Yeah, me, I'm gonna just say, okay, good night, everyone.
I muted her off for you. That's what I did. And they really like it. And to tell you the truth, I got some very good feedback. I feel very good. But every day tomorrow, I'm going to put another snippet on. I'll be putting a snippet on, and he dealt with that.
But you play on the snippet today?
I'm coming to play one. Moving forward, he will continue to be coming, and he will go and he will speak. He is tired. Yesterday shows that he is tired with the lies. He is tired with the hate. He is tired with the enviousness, the jealousy from his own people that he has helped, people that he has seen that turn to school, people that he has paid their mortgages. Yeah, in America, yet they can call and beg him. He doesn't send money for the mortgage and their apartment money need to be paid. Asking the man to buy the train and school thing and all to go to college. But then they sit on platform and they denigrate him. They talk down at his name. They'll see people. But we're exposing them as it is to tell them that are bring people that these people, they are not what you think they are. They are not. They talk evil about people who really help them, and they create lies because they can't be those people. They are not decided to work in a day in their life. They want to sit down and be from one platform to one platform on politics and not even work for their own family. But then the person who helped them, they go and pay people on power to come and insult the same person and lie on the person's name. So we're ready now, and we're ready for you before 2029. All of y'all will be posting your receipt then. Yes, that's what will happen. So Abraham also said, he said, this name is rich. Which is that, bro? I really Abraham stuff because he's really putting some information here, and thank God this is a video you're going to stay here for the duration of social media. We know what coming up next. Maybe we'll have something else. But at least this is a record, it's history, Abraham. Somebody will remember you for this in this lifetime. Excuse me. He said, this name is rich, but the people are poor. That's not bad luck. That is bad leadership. That's it. Bad leadership and bad deals. And if the people don't rise, the cycle will never stop. And that's the reason why we are. You see, he said, what Honorable Benedict said in his letter from Sakapia, he said, we rise. Yes. I don't know if you remember that letter. We rise. Yes.
I do.
I will go back to that letter so I can read it.
Rise and reflect.
Yeah, we rise. He said something about we rise in one of his letters. Yeah, we'll read it yet. Maybe on Thursday, because we'll not have any more letter to read. But this letter from Saga Pierre is been 2 days ago. And I'm about to read it, so I want you to listen keenly. And Dr. Francine will put herself on mute because the people say I'm reading that letter. Even me, I'm not mistaken behind.
Oh, let me put myself on mute.
Dr. Francine shouldn't even breathe. So let me read. It said the letter from Saga Pierre. A moment of closure, a call for memory. So he wrote this letter on Sunday, July 6th. And he said, today, I write not just with words, but with weight of our collective history pressing gently but firmly upon the conscience of a nation. The reburial of President William R. Tolbert Jr. and President Samuel K. Doe along with those government officials who were tragically executed during our nation's most turbulent periods, mark more than just a ceremonial rite. It symbolizes an important step towards national closure. First, I commend the government of Liberia under President Joseph Numa Boakai leadership for initiating and committing to this solemn process. It is difficult to confront our past, especially when it is written in blood, betrayal, fear, and injustice. But the government did so, and the president stood present, not just as a statesman, but as Liberian seeking healing for his people. Though decades delay, the barriers of President Tolbert and President Doe are not just a barrier of bodies, they are the barrier of a silence that has long haunted our republic. These two men, polarizing in the life and tragic in death, now lie at rest, if not yet entirely in our minds, then at least in the soil of the country they once led. We do not pass judgment today. That reckoning will come with time, scholarships, and honest discourse. Today we remembered, we mourned, we acknowledge the painful path that brought us here. But remembrance must not end with these two men. If Liberia is ever to be whole, we must institutionalize our memory. We must establish a national memorial, a sacred place, a national sanctuary where all those who lost their lives during our tragic history can be honored, which is so true. Oof. From the events of April 1980 to the fires of 1990, through the chaos that followed, thousands of innocent Liberians perish. Their stories must not die with them. Let this memorial be a place where history is told truthfully. Let it speak of the women who were violated, the children who were offended, the men who were conscripted, executed, or forgotten. Let it stand as a reminder of what our democracy has caused and why we must never again trade peace for power or justice for silence. Yes, tension was present during the funeral. The Doe family, understandably, is still grappling with divisions. The Tolbert family, like many others, has chosen a quieter path, but this movement was not about triumph over vindication. It was about dignity, about coming to terms with the past too long ignored. We have done something courageous. We have begun the process of healing, and for that, we should be proud. But we must go one step further. I call upon the president and upon all of us as leaders and citizens to take this bold step of establishing this national memorial for the victims of our wars and political violence. Let us make this a place of remembrance, reflection, and national resolve. Only then can we begin to truly say, not just to President Toba, not just to President Doe, but to every Liberian whose life was lost in our national struggle, we remember you, we honor you, and we have learned. That, too, is justice. Have a pleasant week. What a powerful, powerful letter from Sakapi. Always, always powerful. And Doug, I would like you to come in. This letter it means a lot. You know, as far as to the Liberians, the unsung heroes, I call them. People that were not remembered. People that were killed, but their name was never called. You know, people who were murdered in secret place, but nobody knew them. You know, and these things happen in our country. We have to be bold and say it in the face that, you know, the leaders that were put to rest, some of them was the cause of people misfortune in life. And we don't come here to blame them, but we also come to say that those misfortune people too has to be remembered. You know, they are also Liberians. So I like the letter in a whole, and I appreciate at least we have somebody who is in government that can speak like this for our people to get to know that these are the things that we look forward to. We have to build a memorial. You know, I went to Hungary and I went to other countries in my life where I went and saw memorials have been built for people who fought war. They have this whole field in Hungary, all the people who fought, the bad and the good ones, they were all there with their statues are there. And the story is just that there's a presence in the open space when you go there's a field and they build them, you know, some of their own horses and back in the day, they will tell you who killed who and who was the wicked one and stuff. But there's a presence in that place when you go there. Thousands of people go there to just see that place. Liberia has a history that can be remembered that way. So the future generation of Liberians, when they come to being, that they will see that, oh, our country fought a war, but this is the memorial site that people created to you know, remember those people who died, you know, and so our people's soul can get rested, because the way Liberia is going in cycle, I don't think those people's souls are rested. I don't think so.
Yeah. So yeah, every time we talk about, the memorial of people who died during our senseless, I like to call it a senseless civil war, where 250,000 uh, documented, but I'm sure that number is more. I talked about it makes me very, very emotional. But I want to say that our peer did an excellent job. This is exactly what the expectations for a leader um, is supposed to be doing. He recognized that the calling of these two families, the Doe and the Tolbert, you know, was a good thing. That President Buckeye, he did well by laying their bodies to rest and bringing some sense of remembrance. I like to say, because people, when you died and you bury people, say the sense of closure, but there's never nothing. There's nothing of closure that comes with death, in my psychology opinion. But just bringing some remembrance of their lost ones, the loved ones. But he went further, and he says this in his letter. He said, "Now, let's go further. This should not be the end of this remembrance, Uh, but remembrance must not end with these two men." Okay, it must not end with these two men. Now, that's kind of was the essence of this letter. If Liberia is ever to be whole, we must institutionalize our memory. And exactly what Madame Gua is saying. We must have a national day of, I heard our current president, do a national day of reconciliation in a hall where he brought a guest speaker from another country. And I was wondering, who was he reconciling, because many of the people that I saw in the audience consisted of people from his garment, and the door, and perhaps I didn't recognize that much of the Tubber family. So I was wondering, who was he reconciling, and where reconciliation is not an event that you have in a hall. Okay, reconciliation is a process. It's something that our country will live on forever, and we have to have these different landmarks, as Madam Gua was saying, throughout the country, because and I learned from this. I think I told you this story, and I don't know if I shared, but I have a student who's doing an intern in my class today, in my practice today. So we had a meeting, and I was telling her about war, the danger of war, how all of us, I'm a casualty of war. And in some ways, she's indirectly is a casualty of war, because I live in a country where she was born in. And what impact me is eventually affect her, as she's seeing now with the reform that is current in the United States. But let's go back to Liberia. In Liberia, okay, I was not there for the war. I traveled with two women, who one lived in Liberia during the good old times and was highly related to political figures of the time, like the big shots, lack of a better word. The other experienced war in Liberia. So it was just amazing that how we're arranged. I was seeing an arrangement in the car, and when we travel, I always found myself in the middle of these two great women. And their experience of Liberia was very different. Okay. One would be telling me, "Oh my goodness, that's where we came after after school, and I'm not talking like how she talks, so don't, if she's watching, I'm not imitating you or anything, I'm making fun. And this is where we came, this is where that lady had a German Shepherd, and we'll pet the German Shepherd, and my other friend on the other side would be in tears, and she'd be telling me, this is where they killed a child, I saw this is where we had to run, a grenade landed here. And throughout the entire time as we went through the city, those two experiences, you know, were impactful to me. And it sort of illuminated for me that this memory has to be memorialized, as our PL said, because it's different for all of us. All of us who experienced the war, even those of us who didn't experience the war. We have one person who may have remembered Liberia differently. There's another person who remember Liberia differently. I remember Liberia differently. So this landmark, we have to have a day where all of us have to be able to present our views and our thoughts, or a jingle, or reflect on the losses that we have. We have to have landmarks in different part of the country. And it's interesting. I was driving up from Monrovia going up to Nimba, and I had a wonderful driver at the time he was telling us stories. We reached Batala, Bong County, and he said, "Don't you guys remember Batala?" And I'm thinking, and I did remember it, but I wanted to hear what he was going to say to me. He said, "This is where one of the worst atrocity under Charles Taylor time happened." And as we're going through these different places, he was saying, over there, he would slow the car down and say, over there, they killed so many people. Over there, that hill, you see that hill over there, Dr. Richardson? So many people died. And so this is where our landmark's supposed to be. That's how we're supposed to memorialize the memory of the people, because the people are still suffering.
Like that Prince Johnson base, that
yes,
a lot of killing that went on that base. They're supposed to make sure if that base is there, they can make it a memorialize that base as a place to remember those people who died in Kawe and across the breach. A lot of people died, when he took over that area. People were killed on a regular basis. So those things, that's what we are telling this government. That's what the PL letter is about. He wants the memorialization of these people to be a part of this. It's not only to bury the past presidents, but then to also memorialize the people. I wanted to even read one of the things that I talk about in his letter he wrote from Saka-PA 2 weeks ago. And he said, 2029, we will meet at the battlefield of ideas, not ethnicity. And our army will not be defined by tribe. It will be built of Nibanians, but also of Kru, Kran, Fa, Loma, Pele. He put go there. Every tribe united, not by blood, but by vision. Then he said, we rise. That's the part I wanted to. He said, we rise against the old system that stereotype us, that limits our leaders to the boundaries of the birthplaces, that keep us in chains even when we are the engines of this country. We rise. That part, I just wanted to read that.
Yeah. And someday, when memories are memorialized, we as CMC will contribute to that someday. And when we do that on a consistent basis, not as an event, but when memory becomes a process, especially our war to memory, we'll heal, and Liberians will rise together to make Liberia a better place. They will rise in terms of ideology, as opposed to tension and fighting. And that's why I'm here, our PL say. But I want to say, in closing, my closing for his letter, he said, I call upon the president and upon all of us as leaders and citizens. Okay, citizens. I like to say citizens. I left forget the leaders. Okay, they're there, but we who the citizens now, to take this bold step of establishing this national memorial for the victims of our wars and political violence. The victims, Batala, Kawe, Prince Johnson camp, Do camp, all the different camps in Bong County, Charles Taylor camp, all of them. There has to be memories, and we have to be reminded that something unpleasant, violent happened there. And he said, let us make this a place of remembering. We need to have these parts of reflection, of remembering, and national resolve. So in our head, we can resolve this. We are all casualties of war. In fact, that's the title of my book, by the way, Casualty of War. We are all casualty of war. All right. Um, Even we who are not there for the war, I'm telling you, I watched my parents, Grace, and I'm going to deviate from this letter a little bit. And I took care of both of my parents, and we shared this before. And all they wanted was to go home. And sometimes my mother explained the story how they walked from Bon Mines to Wiala. Okay. And sometimes I wonder, in this great United States, Mama had knee surgery done on both of her legs. And something I just wonder, if she had a normal life, if she didn't have to walk, would she have had that knee surgery? When my dad got sick the way he got sick, did I wonder if he didn't experience war, was he supposed to get all this these complicated sickness? And that's what I call the casualty of war, because I can't help but to wonder. But he said to us, only then we can begin to truly say, not just to President Talbot, not just to President Doe, but to every Liberian whose life was lost in our national struggle. Every Liberian, those 250,000 people who have family and friends. We remember you. That's what we have to say. We remember you. We honor you. We honor you. And we have learned. That too is justice, he said. That too is justice when we have learned and we have rise, as you said, and healed. So that's what I wanted to say. I'll end there. I can't hear you, Madam Grace.
I say we have rise, but it's nice to always read the PL letter, and he keeps us informed in that aspect. Sometimes you're not ready, you're thinking the thing, but you don't know how to really process it, and then he just come and process it for you, talking about what you really would like to see. And these letters that he writes from Sakapia has really impacted a lot of people. And I know people be waiting on the show for the letter from Sakapia. So we already read this week letter. He said next week letter is going to be very amazing. He's talking about the yellow wave, so we are expecting that to come up. But in other news, we have to shift a little bit from the PL. But I have a very beautiful video I will play for the PL today, that we made for him, and I'm looking forward to see the excitement on your faces when we play that video. But there's a lot of
before you shift, Grace, can I just also say thank you for reading his letter. I truly appreciate when you do that. I think we're bringing a new exposure of our PL to the people of Liberia through your voice. I really appreciate it. I can really imagine things when you read the letter. And this is what we yearn for as Liberians, somebody who communicates with us. We had a Bobo president. I'm sorry how y'all get fair with me, but y'all can cost me now. Y'all always cost me, so I used to it now. We had a Bobo president who didn't talk. Now
don't say that you used to. Don't be used to that. Don't be used to that.
But that's what they know. I'm not. It doesn't stop me. Obviously, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not used to it, but it doesn't stop me. I don't.
You're saying what you have to say, right?
Yeah, it doesn't stop me. So they can cuss. It doesn't stop. But anyway, I was just trying to say this is what the PL does. He communicates. That's what we're dying for. We're looking for that. So maybe also, I don't know if you want to add to that before we transition. I see he's looking at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one you said about the way how Mother Grace, she really like that. She put herself in the communication, Yeah, so I like the way when she putting it out in a very simple, the simplest way. And yeah, so when she reading it, I know it can just start. People can start feeding the message. The last time I told you guys, I said that there's some people on this platform, they just be waiting for that communication.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they've been waiting for that message. There are some people who it gave them hope.
Yeah.
Definitely, there are some people. It's a wake up call for them. Yeah, some of them forget them, but some of them even forget them. Who's president for Liberia? They just moving with the head.
Hmm.
Yeah, so the communication from the PR, when it come out, and then what Dad said, Madam Grace, the way you can just put it out, you put yourself into it, you put everybody into it, and just a communication that wake up, there is still a better day. Somewhere is coming, yeah, there's a change. There's a change on the way. Yeah, and we saw in Bond County. We don't need how to tell you how like that it will break down with yellow. So if you say dowdy, wash up. So the way you say it that I let her Madam Grace put up the communication. She just put everything she put herself into it. That the common man down the line, the common man I bear now in Liberia monitoring. I know you wait, you're waiting for that from the communication from the PR.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, so thank you. We can transition if you don't mind.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. But that the rainy season is taking over. Like Liberia has rainy season. Uh, um, in Liberia, there's a lot of rain. We all know our country is like that. And I remember when I was young, I used to like to hear the rain hit the ceiling, the zinc. Used to like to hear it. Then my brother used to really run inside, just go lay down and cover his hand. I don't know why he used to do that.
Therapy.
I know he used to be enjoying the read that he had to go cover his head.
That sound just makes
Yeah.
you feel, paying for that sound in America, right? Why ring?
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
you
we do pay for it when we want to hear it. That's true.
Yes.
Yeah,
That sound like the raindrop, and then
yeah,
you can pay for it once you put you to sleep or whatever you want to.
yeah, you can pay for it. But like people, they just got it like that. They don't have to pay for it and all of that. So, but there's a lot of rain that is in the country. And the people, like the government, the sector that's supposed to be responsible for that, and so we'll come and talk about it. But they are not the emergency response team. I don't know. They don't do preparedness for the people to be able to know how to, when these things happen, for them to be able to know what's going on and how to be able to help themselves, or are they not, helping the people in the fixing drainage system for the water to not settle like that. Those things happen. I mean, it happens everywhere. But I don't know, like, bro, whether they don't have right now, they don't know what to do concerning that. That's one of the things I think that's giving the country problems. And, I wanted to share the information, the video, but I'm still looking for it. I think I thought I had it, but then look, I didn't have it. So if Ansu is still him in the studio, that he can come and share that for us. But yeah, the rain taking over the people's homes, the water taking over their houses. They don't have nowhere to stay.
So crazy. You know what I don't understand? We know the rainy season. You and myself have been learning the rainy season in Liberia since kindergarten or grade school. Okay, we know when it's supposed to come. Year in, year out. Okay. Nobody can plan before the rainy season comes to say, okay, this area was flooded last year. This is a flood area, or make some prediction to say, okay, this area it has the propensity of getting flooded. Let's fix it. But year in, the capital bypass, the water coming there. Year out, the water coming. So what is this? What are people doing? Do they ever sit down and strategically outline the possible dangers that of natural events that could happen in our country? Do they ever do that? We have a agency, disaster management agency in the country.
Yeah.
We do. We have a agency called the disaster related to the disaster management agency. So what are they doing?
Yeah, that's the part that I really don't know. I was just like, I I don't like to see our people suffer that way. I understand, there's rainy season, those things happen. But if majority of the people have to always lose everything that they ever own from the rain, then what is the use of what is the use of a government? because they lose everything because of the rain all the time. And it's just so sad to see them going through that kind of suffering. And so, if you want to speak on it, I'll try to see if I can find, because Henry's supposed to be able to play this thing for us. But I can't. I don't know.
And it's not just for the rain or the flood. That's as you guys are looking for the video.
Yes,
This
yeah, I think there's some videos in our chat room there.
this is how diseases
Henry,
are
Henry
spread.
Henry is off.
Huh?
Henry is off.
Off. I think he's sleeping
So,
somewhere there.
Yeah, he's off. Yeah, that's how diseases are spread. Because
Mm-hmm.
when a place get flooded, the poo water, the cholera, everything just going down. The people don't have nothing to drink. When they drink their water, it causes them diarrhea, and some people can just they dehydrate, and so there's so many 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 side effects of this flooding that we see that's happening. But I don't understand. We know this stuff is going to happen every single year. We know the months, the rainy season months. These are not new to us. Give and take, we know it. Why don't we prepare ourselves for it? Because it's not happening to the upper echelon. It's happening to the common man in Liberia. That's the only thing I can. That's one excuse I can think of. You know, I wonder if it was happening in the ministers and the president's residential area. Wouldn't it be fixed? Is it
Mm-hmm.
happening in their area? I just wonder. You know.
yeah, I mean,
And the very ugly part about the whole thing, that the Richardson and Madam Grace is that when you are to find out from the disaster management team or agency, they only complain about low budget.
Look at that.
Yeah. So Mina, the people will tell you the money they receive at that place, it only for people to leave the houses and go there after money they get paid. That's exact money they receive.
They
No
know.
operation form.
Answer. Answer gets to the point. Do follow you the officer.
There's no operation form. The people the people suffering going through the thing, you are telling us that you only receive money only for salary. People just leave the houses, go and sit down behind one computer, half of the day they go back home. At the end of the month, you pay them. There is no operation form there. There is no money, so they cry every time. They always say money that comes here. They only stay right in that building. It's not to go out. So this is exactly what the people going through. And the man we had that area that one answer daughter. Yeah, one answer daughter. He's had there have been so many controversies around him. They were him running that place, that institution. He comes from ICO, one of the political party, which aligned with the Unity Party during
Mhm.
the past election. Yeah. So that's the political chairman, the chairman with which Joseph Boga plays with that place as head of our disaster management. They say the only money that they receive only for people now to just leave the horses, go there, still have the money in the pay. As soon as they finish paying people there, no money there left to go on the fee, no money again for operation. So the high that what happened here, so how to open the drainages, how to open the waterway for the water to flow. This is an old age thing. Yeah. This is an old age thing. You go Vietnam, the same thing. You go
Yeah.
Freeport, the same
Mhm.
thing. You
Mhm.
go to Oro Junction, the same thing. It's an
Mhm.
old. It no. I don't know. Every government that comes, it's not find solution. It's not find solution to these things. They come with the scene, no money. I don't know why you get that area operating. Why is it functioning when there's no money? So only for people to leave their houses, go there from the morning hour to 12, when they pack the one computer more in, you pay them. So that's just why people going through your mind. And the rain is really falling. So for what you see on the screen here, just know how Monrovia look like. Some of the communities, how it look like. Truth
yeah,
FM, Truth
go
FM,
ahead.
Truth FM, our company can tell the SOS area, SOS call. It can look like the company can look like the disaster management agency headquarters
What
to
I can
FM.
be doing there?
They come to
Yes.
the airports. They come to call the lawmakers. They come here to call on the president. They come here to call on philanthropists. They come here to call on humanitarian to help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the place can be packed with people with their mattresses on the head.
Mm-hmm.
18 bottle. Look at this. Ansu, look.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Oh, gee.
Someone will fall in that hole.
My parents, you need to change leadership. This is not, these things are not normal. It doesn't, it can be happening year in, year out, and just nothing done. It's not a normal situation.
Hmm.
The leadership is not prepared to lead the country, period. We need a different, altogether, we need to try something else.
Mm-hmm.
CMC, that's something else. That's all I can say, because this, I've never seen these kind of things before.
And as I
Even I lived in Liberia as a child when we were growing up there. Every time the water gathered somewhere, you will see the next year the people will make sure that drainage system work. You will not see they were trying to fix, prepare, make sure things work. But there's
Yeah. And like I said, look at those pictures. The first picture you showed, there was a young girl standing in the water.
Mm.
That's how diseases are spread. How these bacteria, these virus, because people are not spit on the ground. They yes, people feces because we defecate outside. All of these different things, they are just germinating in water like this, and this little child is standing in there. When she get cracker on her skin, or some kind of a fungus growing on her skin, or she gets sick with the cholera or the diarrhea or whatever she is, then malaria, the mosquito loves water. That's where the germinate in. Then we say that people, our children are just suffering and dying so young. And so we really need to do something. If there's the drainage system, redo the drainage system. If there's the system that is going to rain and our country is going to look like this, you find a way, you redo it, you sit down, you call every single person, disaster management and other people who are in charge. You sit down to a big drawing board, you're getting hot spots in Monrovia, and these when you start facing it, the people will be okay. You will be preserving the youth of our country. But look at this, the young lady they get. Then I saw the other people then riding the bike. How do you do that? That man will get sick, then they'll say somebody wish him.
and then sometimes when no crocodile still in your skin, doctor said can't help you.
No.
Medication can't help you. It depends on what kind of blood type you have. It remains on you forever.
Yes.
Well, I also open the phone lines that when you finish talking, so we can just take a few calls.
Overpack, overjam, the healthcare system, because we create this stuff. People get sick. Whether it's in those viruses, when they get into your system, you'll be coughing. You can't get it out of your own system, your asthma system. When the diarrhea, you're so dehydrated, you weak. We hear the people, they're fainting, they're weak, they can't move, they can't concentrate. That's someone in there. That's someone in there. Then they can say somebody wish you in our country.
Yeah, and so take like 3 to 5 calls. Let's see what people got to say tonight. Because we're not coming back.
So you can call on 0776 9274 72 776 92 74 72 0776 92 74 72. Added numbers for you to call on +231 +231 776 9274 72. It is the WhatsApp line. The WhatsApp number for you to call on +231 776 9274 72. Let's talk to our first caller here on the WhatsApp end. Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning, Arthur. Good morning to Dr. Regency and Saints Grace. Good morning to the Liberian people. My name is Jerry Roland T. I join you for Kakata Magini County. Let me
Mm.
say thank you for the show this morning. You guys are doing well. Provide information to the Liberian people. You guys are doing well. But as a leader of the CMC, the fastest growing political party in the Republic of Liberia, I will urge the team to please help us. Me, I always monitor the show through the internet. So sometimes when I have data, I don't follow. So I will pray that we all look for one radio station that we can talk with the program live, because you guys are providing information that means for the Liberian people to hear, because like what the CMC is doing through our political leaders, reaching out to people, giving, helping the Liberian people, doing a lot of projects that government need to do. I think it is important that we can provide the information to our people, because our party, we are continuing to tell the Liberian people the work that we will do for now to 2020 now, the Liberian people will see a fit to give us state power. And we believe, with the special grace of God and the work that we're doing, that Honorable Musa Hassan abilities is prepared and ready to take the mantle of leadership in the Republic of Liberia to transform our country. And we as lieutenants are ready to carry out the message to our people. And the message is resonating, and our people are buying the ideas. This is why you people cut down your sleep, leave all of work to always come on the radio to provide information to our people. And our people are getting the message. This is why the people of Bone County, through the leadership of the representative Marvin Cole, the people came all in their numbers. That the rain was falling, but the people defied the rain to come because they need alternative. They need the telling, and I tell the CDC. This is why we at the leadership of the CMC in Magini County, we were ensure to go all out from the loop and corners of Magini County to ensure that we carry the message of CMC. We will do everything possible to ensure that the legacy of Musa Hassan Benedi can resurrect in the life and rules of our people. So we are coming up with a program, Watch Out for Magini. We will produce and we ensure that CMC succeed in Magini County. The next program that you will see in Magini County will produce not less than 10,000. Watch Out for Magini. We will do it, and the people of Magini will join us to ensure that the CMC succeed. Thank you, and then God bless you for the shows tonight.
Thank you,
Amen.
we thank you, but Ansu, we will tell Roland that Roland, if you're listening, we'll see to it that we be relay in Magibi soon. Our chair lady for the women's wing in Liberia supposed to have a radio station in that Magibi. So we will try to see if we can relay on our radio station. That one of the things I want to put for tomorrow when I speak, I will try to call a meeting with the chair, the lady for the women's wing, and me and Dad will get on it to see whether we can talk to her concerning the relay in Magibi. Promise you that because you've been asking the things since the show started.
That's true.
Yeah, so we have to look into it for you. And it's on our mind. We'll make sure it happens. Thank you so very much.
And we didn't talk about the radio station. Oh my god. Oh my god. I forget on something yesterday to send to you guys. We don't talk about radio station. Honorable Marvin Cole first attack after joining the CMC over the weekend. His very first attack came from the LBS box.
Mm-hmm.
Eugene Falcon.
Yeah.
Marvin Cole get a radio station in Bum County,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it currently is located somewhere beyond the start of the LBS compound there. We have been operating there for a very long time. So Falcon is saying that now LBS is in need of that place.
Yeah. He is
Yeah,
telling
so
people to take the building from that particular land and we
yeah.
somewhere. Can you imagine?
So
Can you
I
imagine?
just forget. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
forget. I will get it after the break tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow Thursday. People
So we
will
can
throw
talk
light on
about
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
You
the
like that, our
feedback.
people here they see it correctly. So, Ansu, our people you're listening, you are saying that Marvin Cole was operating his station in
Yeah,
a building, and
yeah.
now We are hearing the LBS director, Eugene Fagon, is telling him, say he can no longer operate that building, that his station in that building, because it's
Yeah,
that government building.
the government building. So they in need of the building now. So Falcon jump over one building right to Omega. That one he passed over it. They gave one other one looking very, very deployable right to Omega. He passed over that building. One in Buchanan, he go for the other two. The one in Buchanan or right in front of us here. In the same piece the bell. He go all the way to Bunker. They say that one that they're ready for.
That political witch hunt.
Yeah.
Political
He's very known for those kind of things, you know.
political witch
We
hunt.
will come here on Thursday and we'll discuss about it.
That's right.
I don't know whether he has the right. The government then have to pay the man for renovating that building. For so many years that he had been there, the renovation of that building, they need to refund him his money that he used to renovate the building. I'm sure he met that building, it was nothing. And he put work into it, he put money into it. But you just put out here in America and ramp up a Ghana on a station, and now he has position in Liberia and going to the country that people have worked on their backs to build and do things to benefit the country. Then he go in there to request building. The LBS in wherever he running, the LBS is not even the last time they sued them. I think the people they were carrying some foreign foreign information on the LBS, and I will get that information right. They were carrying some foreign news, social media news on that LBS. All the things that happening, like bro, all the musicians that there that got music, know they were playing something foreign, and the people told them to stop. So he not even focused on the broadcasting on LBS in Monrovia that not even getting people are not even attracted to, because he still got yet to really expose that registration to the people for them to be able to embrace it, for it to have a lot of viewership and everything. Then he running behind registration in Bon County was somebody who lived in that bro. Worked so hard, the back sweat, build or renovate a building to carry on the news and information. Now he said he's taking it from the what right does he have? So I heard somebody say on the, you know, it was on the social media, he gave a photo 48 hours. Who is he to start getting that a photo 48 hours? Those kind of cases that court cases, you have to take them into court. The judge have to go and try the case and everything. You can't just tell people you think that country is a military country, that military martial lawyer will carry on in CDC government. You think you want to bring it in this other government? But we ready for you, because if you take that building, court will sue you for doing that. You will take you to court. That's the right procedure. So take him to court. Since you need a building, and let the judge decide. That's the right thing to do. So I don't know, but also get most of the information out. We'll talk about it on Thursday. One of the first things we start with, because I don't think it's right for that to happen.
Not at all.
0776-927-472 776-927-472. 3 calls quickly, then we just record a day. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm so good.
I just want to comment for all the good things you're talking, and then the healing information you have provided for us. So it sounds very good. But then those are all live like, first of all, I'm Abraham Tia calling from Boston. Yeah, hello.
Go ahead, my brother.
Thank you.
As I was saying, we appreciate you for all the information provided for us. But those are that live in Liberia that always give our loyalty. I mean, we look at Liberia now to be like, let's say we look at the people who can come for the power. We see that when it comes, they can hear all type of political jargon. That's how we understand it, because it happens when we give our loyalty, we give our time. At the end of the day, by the time they get power, they will forget about it. Why we really need to forget about it. Happens when we are done, we put this t-shirt here and there, we give our loyalty. I think on the level of Mama Sikaba and Jefferson coaching the team is saying a lot of good things. Everything is to us. By the time they get the power, we know what they did at the end of the day. So these things time when people come with it, all these people
These are
just
different lanes.
taking the picture. I mean, we are feeling very weak about what you do. Actually.
That's good, my brother. Don't feel
You
weak.
already see what the ability doing in the country, so they are not going to be forgotten.
What really have you done that we can look at the pictures of us? We are just a little bit. Thank you.
Well, I mean, to tell you the truth, caller, I understand why you feel the way you feel. However, as we have told you here numerous times, we are different from the other political party. Honorability has done a lot of road connectivity. If you go to his district, District 7 in Lima County, you will see it. He was on a show last night. He said when he got his legislative fund, what he did was he went straight to Sakipé Clinic Hospital. In fact, that's a hospital, I'm sorry, and gave the money to the hospital where they got a pickup truck so that at least if you're sick, the pickup truck can go pick you up. In the past, they had nothing before. He has electrified many homes behind bond. He said there's a time behind bond. We go there. You will find the homes are now, the people can sit in their home and put the switch on, the light will come on. So those are some of the little things that he has done for his district. I just want you to think about if this man become a leader of our country, what it would be like for you and myself. So I can understand people have came, they made, and that's why he said, we will deliver before we ask for your promise. We're not going to come and make empty promises, okay? But keep listening to us. Keep being tuned in. As time goes by, you hear the good news. That's all I have to tell you.
And just to add up again to Dr. Richardson caller, I think you listen to the radio, you follow uh, the news in recent time. He was in Mangibi County. He left his county, Nima County, District 7. He left his district. He traveled to Mangibi County. He was in the news. There is a modern school there in Gibi. That place has been there for some time, for the past years. Ellen Joseph said it 12 years, came and passed, followed by former president, we had 6 years passed. There have been no high school in that time. When the children stop to 9th grade, they are where they stop because they have to leave the town to go to Kakata to continue the education. They see the journey too long. They see it being very expensive. So they stay in one day recent time, break ground for a high school or modern high school. Also the road, it's a road project in undertaking. He never stopped there though. He was just in Bum County. Indeed, he also talked about a major bridge that connect some major towns that from Bum to Mankibi County. We don't have to see all now caught up. I think when you follow the news or you follow this platform, just make it every night. Keep finding this platform. Yeah, get your data and don't miss it Friday. The big one at Friday caller, don't miss it on Friday. This is the only platform. This is the only platform that think about the people back. All your calls that they made during the week, they post it on Friday. That's how we can bless our people as they go for the weekend.
Yes.
And then every Friday, 5 people win $5 each for the weekend. Yeah. So you can be a part of that. But so far, so I think we should start taking calls now. We are almost hitting 2 o'clock. I wanted to play a video for you before we close. And then when I finish playing the video, I can say her closing statement and I will say mine. But I really liking the video here. It was just
you play the video, yes, let me see it.
Lucky boy.
Why must spoil you for? Why must spoil you for? Why must spoil you for? Then activate it. Some kind of way I can get it. Why must spoil you for? Some kind of way you can do it for me. Why must spoil you for? Yeah. Some people go sleep and I wake up. I go sleep, I wake up, for hustle, no day, no day. For my hustle, bring it some more thing. Oh. Vamos spoil you for. Vamos spoil you for. Vamos spoil you for. My prayer blessing that no more thing. Before you can do it again. All kind of thing can creep my skin. When you get my own, I go cocky my leg on no. Cock like a big boy. You know why you make me a big boy. When they making noise, I don't talk.
When they making noise, I don't talk. I just listening.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it one more time. I see you enjoy it.
That's a proper production way, yo.
Come, when they come.
Vamos spoil you for. Vamos spoil you for. Vamos spoil you for. Activate some kind of way I can get it. Vamos spoil you for. Some kind of way you can do it for me. Vamos spoil you for. Yeah, some people go sleep then I wake up. If I go sleep, I wake up, for hustle, no day, no day. For my hustle, bring it some more thing. Oh, vamos spoil you for, vamos spoil you for, vamos spoil you for. See, my pay your blessing that no more thing. Till it before you can do it again. All kind of thing can creep my skin. When you get my own, I go cocky my leg on no. Cock like a big boy. You know why you make me a big boy. When they making noise, I don't talk.
You're making our political leader. He talking. The public is staying in the corner. You know, nobody. He just
get a small thing.
Yeah,
get it.
Fuck on me. Hey, Allah.
Yes, some kind of way he can get it and do it for the Liberian people. He's not holding it to his side, he reaching his side, he's doing it for the Liberian people.
I say I want to tell my friend, thank you so much. She let me to go on me for the video. God bless you, my dear sister.
Yes.
God bless you. You got the people that are behind the scenes are pushing CMC all the way to the Executive Mansion 2029. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. That's all I can say.
Thank you. Ansu?
Wika. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Ansu, we can hear you, brother.
Thanks again. Thanks to you and Dad. Yeah, I love the production.
You love it, yeah.
Yeah. Is that a hair way?
I can't. My master, my nanto.
Yeah, my master. Yeah,
my master, my nanto.
But that was a nice woman. Yeah, I know. And I like how all the photos came for the different in the walling.
Yeah. Everything start with C. And the facial expression, you know, he gave and everything. Yeah. That's
I'm gonna steal it for you to play on my Friday show.
Well, please, you can have it. Put on your Friday show. Although I'm not sharing it until tomorrow. So I will not share it tomorrow. I will share with you tomorrow. You can put on your Friday show, okay?
Okay.
All right. So thanks everybody for watching. Good night. Good morning, Liberia. Good evening, diaspora Liberians, and all the lovers of Liberia and the friends of Liberia. We say thank you for watching. The political launch will be here on Thursday. Tomorrow is our resting time. So we're not going to be here tomorrow, but we'll be here on Thursday. Same time. Tune to us and get your information because we get good information here. And the truth must be told. Thank you so much.
CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens Movement for Change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better Liberia. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity. CMC core values. CMC Global. together in peace and unity to build a better life. CMC, yes, for the people, CMC, yes, by the people, let's work together in peace and unity to build a better life. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come.